Let us now try to derive expression for electric field of an electric dipole at some point on its equator. When you say equatorial point, means you are talking about some point which is on perpendicular bisector of the dipole. So let us try to find out how do we find out electric field if we are interested at some point on the perpendicular bisector of dipole. So first we'll consider our Cartesian coordinate system as shown here with x, y, z axis and origin as O. Let us place our dipole with charges plus q and minus q in such a way that midpoint of the dipole coincides with the origin of our coordinate system. Let the separation between these two charges be 2a and let the dipole moment p be going from negative charge to positive charge. So here we can say that if the position vector of plus q is denoted by r positive, it is 0, 0, a, and if position vector of negative charge is denoted by r negative, it is 0, 0, minus a. Now as we want electric field at some equatorial point, let us consider a point q somewhere on the y-axis. Here this y-axis is perpendicular bisector of dipole. So we consider q to be on y-axis, and what is the position vector of q? If it is r, we can say 0, y, 0 is the position vector of point q where we want to find out electric field. So here we know that the plus q of dipole will repel any test charge placed on this point 0, y, 0, and if it is f positive is in the direction shown by this arrow. And what this negative charge will do? Negative charge will exert electric field. It will produce electric field at our point of interest in this direction. If it is F negative is in the direction indicated by this arrow. So in which direction we will get resultant electric field or resultant electric force? It should be like this. It should be in downward direction or it should be in negative z direction, which earlier we had discussed that on equatorial point the direction of electric field is opposite to the direction of dipole moment. Let us check if our prediction, our understanding about electric field of dipole is right or not. So let us start with the maths part of derivation. So here we have the diagram with necessary quantities shown, and before we start deriving about electric field, let us jot down expression for dipole moment of this dipole. We know that dipole moment of a dipole is product of the charge and separation of the two charges. So P can be given as Q bracket 0, 0, 2a. And how do we get this 0, 0, 2a? Simply by taking 0, 0, a minus 0, 0, minus a, and you will have 0, 0, 2a, because direction is from negative charge to positive charge. So while finding out dipole moment, you should take r positive minus r negative. And as we can see that the dipole moment is only along z direction, we can write this equation as vector p is equal to q into 2a along k cap, that is along z direction. Let it be our equation 1. Now to find out electric field at point q, we will need to know position vector of point q with respect to positive charge and position vector of point q with respect to negative charge. So what is the position vector of point q with respect to positive charge of the dipole? So we can take vector r minus r positive, that is final minus initial, and what we get is 0, 0 y minus a. What is 0y minus a? With respect to plus q, 0y minus a is the position vector of point P. How far point Q is from plus Q? Just take mod of equation 11. So mod of r minus r positive gets us that the distance between point Q and positive charge is under root of y square plus a square as shown in result 12. Similarly, what is the position vector of point Q with respect to negative charge? So take vector r minus r negative, and then what we get is 0 y a is the position vector of our point of interest Q with respect to negative charge. And how far Q is from negative charge? Take modulus of r minus r negative, and we get under root of y square plus a square again. So looking at 13 and equation 12 and 14, we realize that point Q is at same distance from positive charge and negative charge. Okay, so let us go further. Now, first we'll try to find out electric field at point Q due to positive charge. So if we denote it by E positive can be given as 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0 and then plus Q and then r minus. Why this vector r is placed first? Because whichever point you are interested in should have its vector considered first when you are finding out electric field. So r minus r positive because we want to find out electric field at position vector r. And in denominator you have mod of r minus r positive cube, that is cube of distance. Now we already have values of r minus r positive and its modulus in our previous result. So if we use our results of equation 11 and 12, we get that E positive is 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0 plus Q multiplied by 0 y minus a upon cube of square root of y square plus a square. In it is y square plus a square raised to 3 by 2 as shown in equation 15. Very similar is the electric field of negative charge at point Q. If we denote it with E minus, it is 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0 minus Q. We want electric field of negative charge, so here we will have minus Q multiplied by r minus r negative, and in denominator we have mod of r minus r negative whole cube. And again we have these values, we already have calculated these two values in our equation 13-14. So using equation 13 and 14, substituting values, we get E negative to be 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0 minus Q 0 y a upon y square plus a square raised to 3 by 2, and let this be our equation 16. So what we have got in equation 15 and 16, we have electric fields at point Q due to positive charge and negative charge respectively, but these are individual electric field. We yet don't have resultant electric field. And how do we get resultant electric field? Principle. So to find out resultant electric field at point Q, we apply superposition principle, which says that resultant electric field at point Q is vector sum of electric field due to individual charges. So E of Q is E positive, which is electric field due to positive charge, plus E negative, which is electric field due to negative charge. And we already have the values. So substitute values of E positive and E negative, and this is what we get. Now, though the equation doesn't look very easy to deal with, but it is a bit simpler than what we think when we see it first time. Here, this negative sign is taken outside. No other change is made in these two steps. And now what we have, look at this last step. We realize that 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0 plus q is appearing in first term, and 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0 and plus q is appearing in advantage here. The other advantage here is the denominator is also same in both. Look at the denominator. It is y square plus a square raised to 3 by 2. Why? Because denominator is indicating distance of q. When you look at the denominator, you are talking about distance between q and positive charge. You are talking about distance between q and negative charge, and obviously the two distances are same, and so as the denominator. So we have these two denominators also same. So what? Take these things common. And what if we take these things common? Once you take the common terms out, this is what we get. 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0 q upon y square plus a square raised to 3 by 2, and then 0y minus a and 0y plus a. What the two will give us on subtraction? We get 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0 q upon y square plus a square raised to 3 by 2, and in the bracket we have 0 0 minus 2a, 0 0 minus 2a. And once again, as x and y components are 0 here, instead of mentioning them, we can consider direction in unit vector k cap, and then the equation will have q into 2a, q into 2a in numerator, k cap is indicating direction, and denominator is y square plus a square raised to 3 by 2. Obviously we have 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0, and one more thing we should notice here is we have, what is this negative sign indicating? Okay, let us go further. We will realize it very soon. So if we consider the whole procedure once again without displaying any mathematical part, what we have done, we applied superposition principle and we added two electric fields considering their directions. So we took vector sum of two electric fields. The first term is indicating electric field due to positive charge. Next term is indicating electric field due to anything very much great. But then what we got is electric field at point Q is minus 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0 minus 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0 vector p upon y square plus a square raised to 3 by 2. This is what we get. So we can direction of electric field at point Q is in the direction opposite to the dipole moment. Minus p means opposite to the direction moment, and that is what we predicted earlier. Look at this. Look at this arrow. It is downward. Look at the direction of dipole moment. It is upward. So earlier we did predict that direction of electric field should be opposite to the dipole moment, and that is what we are getting in this equation 17. Now most of the time the dipoles under consideration are molecules, and the dimensions of molecules are of the order of few angstroms, and in most real-time situation we are interested in electric field at some point which is at say some few nanometers away from the dipole, and so most of the time we can say that the A is very small compared to Y. So Y is very greater than A. Neglect this A. What if we neglect this A? What will have then? Okay, neglect A and you will have y square raised to 3 by 2. What is y square raised to 3 by 2? Y square raised to 3 by 2 is y cube. And the equation which gives us electric field of dipole at some point on its equator at comparatively large distance. What the result 18 indicates? What this equation in 18 tells us? It says that electric field of the direction of minus p means opposite to the dipole moment. One thing. Secondly, y cube. What is y cube indicating? Y cube is indicating that electric field at the given point is directly proportional to 1 by distance cube. So you move slightly away from the dipole and the electric field will decrease drastically. Well, that is electric field of dipole at some point on its equator.